You got that signed in? Okay. Okay. Stay co-host. Yeah, somebody must have. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, right. I love that chair at the back.
Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay.
Probably a lot more guns back then.
Yeah, they haven't gone away.
You guys ready? Need that though. What are you talking about?
Wetty wet. Oh, sweet.
Okay. Here we go. What is it? Spread out just a smidge.
Acting tough, being tough is like it's nothing. 100 miles ahead, yet it's like I accomplished nothing. It's disgusting. Inside my head again, it's evident I'm crazy. Ain't it weird? I feel way better when I don't leave the house when it's an empty home. When I can see myself and struggling and just let me go. Giving up on myself, cause I forgot how to be proud of myself. I'm stuck in limbo. As of lately I have been low. Tears right up on my pillow. But I ain't giving in though. Walking with the pressure like it's nothing for my shin bones. As of lately I have been low. Tears right up on my pillow. But I ain't giving in though. Walking with the pressure like it's nothing for my shin bones. It's a battle with your own thoughts, and then the cycle spinning round and it just won't stop. You've been distant, rarely picking up the phone calls, and I need for a conversation but won't talk. Don't need a handout but need a hand. You need a voice to soothe your soul and say you will be okay. See, it's a dark place to be in when you feel ashamed and you don't have the trust of nobody from pain. Just stuck in limbo. As of lately you have been low. Tears right up on your pillow. But you ain't giving in though. Walking with the pressure like it's nothing for your shin bones. As of lately you have been low. Tears right up on your pillow. But you ain't giving in though. Walking with the pressure like it's nothing for your shin bones. There they go again. Voices say you waste your time. Yelling shut up, but they ain't looking like they might. Overpowered by these cowards, but don't stop the fight. Your back's against the wall inside the octagon to see the light. Listen to the chance, champ, we got it. We're bearers of the better times, and soon you will see about it. Shoulders carry boulders, think about the power that we have. Create a future from the dark past. We've been stuck in limbo. As of lately, we have been low. Tears right up on our pillows. But we ain't giving in though. Walking with the pressure like it's nothing for our shin bones. As of lately, we have been low. Tears right up on our pillows. But we ain't giving in though. Walking with the pressure like it's nothing for our shin bones. As of lately, we have been low. Tears right up on our pillows. But we ain't giving in though. Walking with the pressure like it's nothing for our shin bones. As of lately, we have been low. Tears right up on our pillows. But we ain't giving in though. Walking with the pressure like it's nothing for our shin bones. Limbo. Legends never die, I will live forever. Legends never die, I will live forever. I only have one life, so I have no choice but to be legendary. Fulfilling potential. potential, living my dreams, it's all in my destiny. You won't stop this force of nature, this was meant to be. I'll go down in history, I've created a legacy. Legend mentality, alter reality, do the impossible. This is my galaxy, real life, no fantasy, I am unstoppable. I achieve all of my dreams, stay on top by any means. Destroy all my enemies, I don't know what losing means. It's a different way of life, aiming for some higher heights. Breaking records every night, you know I was born to fly. You know I was born to win, one before I win again. All these championships and wins, more titles bring them in. It took everything I have to reach the top of the mountain. But where are my critics, where are my haters, where are my doubters? I'm at the top now and I'm never coming down. And when I'm no longer around, my records will still be around. I'm a legend, I'm a legend, I'm a legend. Live forever. I'm a legend, I'm a legend, I'm a legend. I live forever. I won't be outworked, I won't be defeated. I took it to a higher level that nobody is reaching. I keep on breaking records, I keep on getting better. I've left my mark on today, I've left my mark on forever. Never settle, only greatness on my schedule. Got that inner ambition, don't know what it is, but I know it's special. Laser focused, making the most of every moment. Taking it all from my opponents, rightfully sit on top of the throne. Don't underestimate the power of having a goal and believe it. Doing all you can to achieve it. Really living the life you've been dreaming. Making that dream a reality, then stacking up all those achievements. Do it for the family, be the greatest my bloodline's ever seen. A lot of people came before me, but now it's my time. I'm in my prime, I'm once in a lifetime. Not a myth, I'm that rare diamond that was made from great pressure. Legends never die, I will live forever. Legends never die, I will live forever. Legends never die, I will live forever. I'm a legend, I'm a legend, I'm a legend. Live forever. I'm a legend, I'm a legend, I'm a legend. I live forever. I'm a legend, I'm a legend, I'm a legend. Live forever. I'm a legend, I'm a legend, I'm a legend. I live forever.
My commitment and obsession is always to be better today than I was yesterday. If I have to make sacrifices to do that, so be it. If I have to tell that person I can't go out drinking with him anymore, so be it. Because that's not what I value. Anything or anyone that is taking me further away from my dreams has to go. I'm committed to self-development, not self-destruction. And you know, any person that is meant to be with me on the journey will choose that higher road with me. Yes, a tougher road, but it's a much more rewarding one. I want my life to mean something, to be able to look back at my life and say, yeah, I made some tough decisions, but they were the right decisions. So many people don't get it. They piss their life away every weekend for what? So they can complain about their current circumstances for the rest of the week? Fuck that. Screw that. No chance. I'm in charge of my own life. It's all on me. I take responsibility, I take action, and I get shit done. You'll never hear me complain about another person or circumstance as the reason I'm not where I want to be. If I don't like where I am, time to knuckle down and work.
Work on your list of whys. One of the big thrusts for success is to come up with a strong enough why. In leadership training, here's what we learn. If the why is powerful, the how is easy. But if the why isn't strong, if your goals aren't powerful, if the vision isn't clear, the old prophet said, without a vision we die, without a vision we perish, without a dream we're nothing. I'm asking you to make a list of what you want. What kind of health do you want? What kind of skills do you want? What kind of power would you like to have? What kind of influence would you like to have? I'm asking you to go home and work on the why.
Keep showing up. If no one invests in you, invest in yourself. If no one believes in you, believe in yourself.
Did you know, and do you not agree, that right now there is someone who has less intelligence than you, started with less money than you, less opportunities than you have, and worst of all, has less passion than you, and they are living their dreams, earning millions, or doing something that you would love to do? Someone has already done and is already doing what you want to do. And no, they didn't fall into a rich family to do so. They were not born lucky. You know you can be more. You can have more, do more, and be more. You know this. You wouldn't be listening otherwise.
Each person's income is determined primarily by their philosophy, not by the economy. Once I understood that, then I said, well, I don't have to go to work on the economy. And the answer was no. You only have to go to work on yourself to make yourself more valuable.
From this moment, there are no more excuses. Turn on your drive, turn on your passion, and turn off your fear, and then you will be successful.
Work on your list of whys. One of the big thrusts for success is to come up with a strong enough why. In leadership training, here's what we learned. If the why is powerful, the how is easy. But if the why isn't strong, if your goals aren't powerful, if the vision isn't clear, the old prophet said, without a vision we die, without a vision we perish, without a dream we're nothing. I'm asking you to make a list of what you want. What kind of health do you want? What kind of skills do you want? What kind of power would you like to have? What kind of influence would you like to have? I'm asking you to go home and work on the why.
You can do this. You can do this. But you must find your why. Why do you want to do this so bad? Why do you want this so bad? What are you really doing it all for? What is your purpose? Successful people know their why, and they have a very clear purpose, a very clear vision. When you know your purpose, when it is clear why you are doing what you are doing, why you want what you want, write it down. Write it down and read it to yourself every day. There is nothing more powerful than a human being with purpose. With purpose, you will outwork anyone and everyone. You will get up early and stay up late. You will give more, do more, and become more. You will not give up when things go against you, which they will. You will fight on. Fight for your purpose, for your goals, for your dreams.
When you're hit, when you've been knocked down by life, that's when it's time to hit back. That's when it's time to hit back. Many people get hit by life, but they never hit back.
They might have more talent than you. They might be bigger than you, stronger than you, and more popular than you, but they will never outwork you. They will never outpush you. They will never out-heart you, out-courage you, and they will never beat you.
There's a lion inside all of them. But some people decide to never let that lion out. Many people keep that lion locked in his cage. Are you hungry for that dream? Are you willing to fight for that dream? Let the lion out. Get hungry for your dream. Go hunt your dream.
Nine to five, the way things going, you probably won't be here until I'm 95. I'm supposed to thrive, I wanted to fly, but it seems seems the only time flies by. Paycheck after paycheck, a ball and chain tied to my neck with a 30-day length. I ain't on the right wavelength. I make money, but I ain't nothing changed yet. What's happened to me? I used to have dreams, but now the green's clouding my vision. I got caught in the system. I'm getting paid, but I guess I weren't paying attention. It's funny how I clean, but I still feel numb. I got a degree, but I still feel dumb. What a coincidence. A catch-21 or a catch-22. Do I sound like you? There's more to life than a salary. Whatever happened to my dreams? I've got to break free. The salary won't steal my dreams. No, I'm worth more than salary. I know that I can't let it steal my dreams. 9 to 5, the way things going, they probably want me here until I'm 95. I'm supposed to thrive, I wanted to fly, but it seems the only time flies by. Paycheck after paycheck, a ball and chain tied to my neck with a 30-day length. I ain't on the right wavelength. I make money, but I ain't nothing changed yet. What's happened to me? I used to have dreams, but now the green's clouding my vision. I got caught in the system. I'm getting paid, but I guess I weren't paying attention. It's funny how I clean, but I still feel numb. I got a degree, but I still feel dumb. What a coincidence. A catch-21 or a catch-22. Do I sound like you? There's more to life than a salary. Whatever happened to my dreams? I've got to break free. The salary won't steal my dreams. No, I'm worth more than salary. I've got to remember my dreams. I've got to break free. The salary won't steal my dreams. I won't let a salary steal my dreams. I won't let a salary steal my dreams. The daily grind got me ODing. I gotta wake up. No more lucid dreaming. I gotta be strong and break free. No more trading my dreams for routines. I'm no longer letting the system use me. There's way more to life than security. Focusing on making ends meet. Made me meet the end of my dreams, but a part of me still believes that I can still achieve, that I can still be the real me. I don't need rehab. I need to remember who I am. And get back to the grand scheme of things. Getting back to feeling things. Getting back to dreaming big. There's more to life than a salary. Whatever happened to my dreams?
Oh, I just sat down, bro. Otherwise, I wouldn't get out of it.
It hurts. It happens. Thanks for the thought. It's a reaction, huh?
Is he there? Tim, what you got for the truth, brother?
Here we go. Thank you. Here we go. So Tim, what you got for truth?
Good morning. Actually don't have anything today. I'm sorry.
No, that's it's actually, I just want everybody to know, I know we're starting back over at the beginning. That's actually beautiful. You know, like that's kind of one of those things where we get a chance to go, okay, it's one of those days. Like I went the whole 15 minutes and didn't come back to, like, that's the thing. We want to hear the truth in the music. We want to come back to that moment. And so that is literally the practice, to try to come out of our head and listen to the music and get those other parts. Because it's all too easy. You know, I could easily stay inside my head for 15 minutes a day, months. I've stayed in it for years before. So thank you for that. Instead of just making it up, even that's beautiful. But just know you can. The hard part about going first is you don't get to steal it from somebody else. So you know. So
Yeah.
awesome. No worries, man. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
So Jeff, what you got?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got you loud.
I can't hardly hear you, but I can hear the online guys good.
It's coming in good. Let's see. I'm hearing you clear.
Shake and bake, baby. Shake and bake.
Shake and bake. Be powerful. Like this wind. You see me get up and move real quick. I'm playing defense. I just popped a bumper ball beating up against one of the other boats. I had to run out there real quick. Weather's pretty bad.
Yeah.
There's tornadoes just west of us.
No damage to the vessel, though, right?
He was just saying no damage to you.
No, we're good right now.
Good.
Right now.
All right.
Beautiful. So you got a truth, Jeff?
Yes. Be powerful.
Be powerful. There you go. Brandon, there. Brandon.
Put on and take off. Habits, attitudes, feelings.
And what was that guy's name again? We were talking about some stuff here. I would like that guy's name again, just so everybody has it if they kind of want to see how the Holy Spirit talks to you, really instead of the mind.
The Mark Virkler. Mark, M-A-R-K, Virkler, V-I-R-K-L-E.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I love how he chased after it basically at least a year, right? Or 6 months before he really started having radical breakthrough.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Brandon, could you go over yours one more time? Put off and put on habits, attitude, and what else?
Feelings. Like Colossians 3.
Nice. Very good. Okay. Let's go. What you got, Rob?
I know my why.
Everybody get it?
Check.
Yeah. Everybody get that? I know my why. It's good. Joe?
It was hard this morning to get a truth because the music was kind of all over and I wasn't really hearing anything from it. It was hard to hear. So I'm like, God, give me a truth. Didn't have anything, couldn't get anything. And then Raylan's like, remember to breathe. And I'm like, that's my truth.
Nice. Craig A.
mine this morning was focus on the cross.
Yeah, very good. What's Mark? What's we got?
So since I left the house, kind of been on my mind, but thank you for another day.
You know, right there.
Thankful for another day.
What was that, Jeff?
Who was that? What was that?
Jeff, did you have to say something?
No, sorry.
Okay.
I was getting in my truck. That was my radio.
Okay, gotcha.
Paulie?
I am a legend.
Yes, you are. It's good. I love it. Good. Allison?
Stop holding on.
One of those lyrics, and it's not exactly that, but God can't work unless we let go.
Okay, yeah. That's really good, Allison. Otto, do you got one for us? No.
Ada says, God loves you. Don't hold on to your sin.
Oh,
Craig.
It's a good one. Very good.
Yeah.
Wow. Good morning. Right? Got a bunch of truth bombs out here, man. Just got smacked in the face.
Thank you, Otto.
Yeah. I don't want to follow that. You got to go.
No skipping.
Craig, what you got?
Without purpose, you cannot release the lion.
Anybody else, when the word lion came on, just wanted to let out a growl or a roar? I wanted to, but my eyes were burning, so I couldn't.
Craig, that was good too. Yeah, I mean, for going after Otto, that was good. That was good. That was good.
I had to dig deep. The pressure was on.
Yeah.
The heat is on.
Andy?
Self-development, not self-destruction.
Ooh, that went.
And mine, without vision, we perish. I'm gonna go, okay. We're gonna do something just because of the truth. Go back, let's line up just on that thing. If you're online and you can grab some kind of weight, say like 30 pounds, something like 30 pounds, then that would be ideal. Just take like 1 or 2 minutes. We're going to do something. I'm going to base it off of something that came up. So you can blame it on Allison and Autumn. It will go in line with like what we're doing, what we're going over today. But it's like keeping the idea, stop holding on. God loves you. Don't hold on to your sin. Okay. So here we go. Grab a 30-pound or grab a heavier weight if you want. Okay, you're good, Jeff. You just get to watch the experience if you don't have something to hold on to. Okay.
No, I'm in the truck.
Yeah, that's fine, but you can watch this and practice this later. Okay. Just grab a 30-pound dumbbell. You'll just need one. One will be, or Allison, you could even grab a 20 over there. You just need one. You just need one. You can use that. Yep. Yep. Rob, we're good with the music for right now. It won't matter. You got one for Rob? I got one for you. Oh, I'm good. I already done this before. I already let go of my sin. How about that? Okay, here we go.
Can't see y'all.
Just line up there. Let's see. I just want to see everybody in there. You ready, Andy? Got no, you can stand up. Okay. It's so hard. I was even talking to Rob. It is so hard. Like once we're used to something, it's difficult. Okay, so we're going to practice something. Okay, you're going to hold that weight up. Okay, as long as you can. Okay, ready? We'll see what's up. Okay, and it's recorded. Just remember. Okay, everybody ready? Everybody ready? Go. Hold on to my sin way longer than y'all do. Okay, so I want you to start noticing. Okay? No? Just do. Okay, that's fine. Don't do anything that's going to hurt. So it is. The body's going to tell the truth. Body's going to tell the truth. I want you to remember this moment. Okay? Start paying attention to what your body is trying to tell you. Okay? That's why we do body first, body, mind, emotions. Pay attention to what your body is telling you. Do what the body is telling you. Do what the body is telling you. The body is trying to tell you something. Okay? The body is trying to tell you something. Do what the body is telling you to do. Do what the body is telling you to do. Do what the body is telling you to do. No, I don't want to drop it. I don't want to drop it. The body tells the truth. The body is telling you the truth. Okay? Let it go. It's okay to let it go. Okay? Go ahead. Put it back. I don't want to pick it up, though. I'm trying to let it go. Trying to let it go. Held your sin way longer than that. That is quite the feat. I don't think I had it pulled straight out. That was a good exercise. Literally telling him what to do. And everyone's like, no. Stop. Yep. No, I don't want to let it go. No, my body is telling me to let it go. And I've been taught that I need to hold on to this as long as possible. Or so-and-so's still holding it. I got to hold it. I got to hold it.
Ego is a thing now.
I can't drop it. So see, that is like how, like how we do it. I don't know if you've ever seen the picture where Jesus is like swimming down after the guy, and the guy's holding onto the rock as the rock is taking him to the bottom of the ocean, and he's like, "Let it go." The guy's like just holding on to it, sinking to the bottom. Okay, that is literally what we do with a thought that we grab onto. And it's anxiety, depression, fear, like the depths of any and all of those things. And it literally is super hard to just say, I'm here, I'm going that way. Okay. So that's just one little practice. Okay.
I even changed the position of my hands. You know, pick it back up. Never like, oh, maybe if I try this, it would work. No, no, it didn't work.
Yeah.
Well, if my body told me anything, it was a find a way. And then there was ego. All right, I got to hold it up. Everybody's still holding theirs.
Yeah. What if it was never really yours to even pick up?
Somebody said here.
Here you go, Andy. Take that. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
You got to let go of it eventually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty wild.
Jeff,
Okay.
is that lightning popping outside your window?
That yes.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
It's getting real.
I mean, it's like flashing every few seconds, brother.
Yeah, I'm in the storm, buddy. I'm in it.
Dang.
In both sense of the word.
Okay, you got can you turn on just something? We'll keep it kind of quiet on that. Is there talking? No. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Wow. Okay, you're just gonna end up just meditating. Okay, just bring everything into the single-mindedness that we practice. Okay, single-mindedness. Start getting rid of everything else. I'm gonna just go through and read some stuff. Okay, just listen. And then here in a little bit, then we'll have the opportunity. We'll just talk about all of it. Okay. Go ahead and still stay with breath. Stay here in the moment. In the forthcoming weeks, we embark on a journey of self-exploration. However, our approach will deviate from the traditional methods. We will not rely on the expertise of psychologists or philosophers, nor will we engage in debates about religious theology. Instead, we will turn to a singular source that possesses unparalleled first-hand knowledge on this subject. That source is no other than yourself, the expert who has been accumulating the essential data throughout every moment of your life. It is through your experiences and insight that we will ultimately find the answers to this profound inquiry. As we travel into the depths of your souls, possibly, maybe, tap into an intimacy with God that your intellectual mind never considered to be possible. Our primary interest lies in your intuition, understanding of your own being. We are not interested in your knowledge, but rather in your direct experience. It's important to note that you cannot fail in this pursuit, as your core being is always present and constant. Our goal is simply to untangle and comprehend it, as it can often become bewildering. The time we spend together serves as reflections, offering different perspectives on your being. Although this journey is an internal one, it will draw upon every aspect of your life. The only requirement from you is a genuine willingness to honestly observe yourself in a natural and intuitive manner. Remember, when we seek the core of being, we are essentially seeking you. When you listen to the thoughts in your mind, it's important to understand that they do not determine your identity. Each one of us has an inner voice, a constant stream of consciousness. This voice never seems to cease, constantly chattering away. If you take a moment to pause and listen, you will undoubtedly hear it. This inner stream of thoughts rarely takes a break. To embark on a journey of self-discovery, you must begin by paying attention to this inner voice. However, it is crucial to recognize that your thoughts do not define who you are. They are merely products of your consciousness, which tirelessly processes your thoughts, emotions, and sensory information throughout the day. As you start to pay closer attention to your inner voice, you will notice certain patterns emerging. It may evoke feelings of worry, sadness, or surprise, exerting influence over your emotions. At times, we become so engrossed in our thoughts that we forget they are merely objects of our consciousness. This is where the distinction between our true self and our personal self comes into play. Your true self is the essence of your consciousness, flowing freely and unrestricted. On the other hand, your personal self is the way you perceive yourself, based on the patterns of your thoughts. For instance, if you frequently experience sadness, you might start to view yourself as a sad person. If envy continually plagues you, you may label yourself as a jealous person. To attain enlightenment, it is vital to accept that these thoughts and emotions do not define your true essence. Your sadness does not constitute your entire being, nor does your jealousy. The real you is simply aware of the role these thoughts and emotions play in your life. Here we go. The voice in your mind does not define you. You are simply the one who listens to it. When you practice centering techniques, you gain control over an alternate environment within your inner world. Personal growth involves Personal growth involves going beyond the part of oneself that feels not okay and requires protection. When you become aware that you are the one hearing the voice speaking, you can start to recognize the one who observes the voice. It's one of those things you might be going, what voice? That is the voice that we're talking about. Here's like one scenario. Dang, what did I come over here for? I just walked over here for something, and now I forgot. What did I forget? What is it that I am looking for? Oh, it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, I need to work on this anyway. Actually, maybe I should just clean up so it at least looks good in here. Oh yeah, there's a hammer I lost. Oh yeah, it was the 10mm that I was looking for. Dang it, where's the 10mm? Oh well, I gotta go anyway. I will do it all tomorrow. If you're smart, you'll take a step back and examine this voice and get to know it better. Step back and watch it converse. It is a shocking realization when you first notice your mind is constantly talking. If you are hearing it talk, it is obviously not you. You are the one who hears the voice. You are the one who notices who is talking. The real cause of problems is not life itself. It's the commotion the mind makes about life that causes problems. If you have a buildup of nerves, fearful or desire-based energies inside the voice become extremely active. It's narrating the world for you. The narration makes you more comfortable about the world around you. Basically, you are recreating the outside world inside yourself, and then you live in your mind. You will notice that the mind talks all of the time because you gave it a job to do. True growth is transcending the part of you that is not okay and needs protection. This is done by constantly remembering You are the one inside noticing the talking. So we're going to talk just a little bit about that. Okay. So got that. We'll go ahead and turn that music off. And okay. So Rob brought up a couple months ago, and you should put some stuff on a whiteboard, start like writing that out. There's a huge part of me doesn't want this to be like class. Okay, so I don't want this to be like class. This is some place where we get to communicate and be for real. It's not really me teaching you. It's all of us exploring the depths of our soul of all these different conversations. But what hit me is that people receive things and are able to communicate and understand things in different ways. And so if I'm able to write down at least a couple points that might help somebody read something and see that and be communicated to them in a different way, then I will definitely keep trying to write that down. So it'll be something to where we can keep track of the days and the weeks and whatever. I don't know if I'll do this for always, but definitely if we have something on the board, like probably Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays would be like the most, because those are things that we're going over. Thursday, pool day, rucking day, kind of a little different. Okay, something along those lines.
You lose internet?
Bang your whiteboard.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, phones just went nuts too.
I don't know what that's all about. Huh.
No,
He got mad. He got jealous. Oh, was it? Oh, yeah.
And I didn't think I was going to affect everybody. I was just going to take a picture of that. Sorry.
That cool.
You know,
I thought the whole thing got jealous that I went to it.
Draw or write in there, and everybody sees it.
Yeah. That right there is my daughter's handwriting, and it's legible. So,
Right.
so, but that's on there. So here we go. Let's see what we got. Ready? The voice in your mind does not define you. You are simply the one who listens to it. What you got? Who's up? Rob?
I think
Craig?
that's really important about speaking positive into yourself. To generate positive, thoughts and energy. So you're not trying to, a lot of times I guess the voice in your head will cast doubt or, worry or I know my voice does, and especially there's not a single 10 millimeter left in my garage. That's I can tell you that. Yeah.
I know.
Not
Earlier, right?
Not a single one. Yeah.
Like, where are they at?
Right. And that brings out bad thoughts in my head. Then I start blaming my son or his buddies. Because I know it wasn't me. It probably was me.
Okay, but positive self-talk.
Yeah.
Is better than negative self-talk.
Yeah, like if I'm listening to that voice, or I start to hear it go down a path to where doubt or of negative thought, that's where I'm trying to let me try and recenter and hand that over. To recognize that voice and try and pull myself back out of that.
Okay, what else we got?
You may
just on that right there. The voice in your mind does not define you. You are simply the one who listens to it.
Mine's kind of along the same lines, but it might not be directly to that, about you being your thoughts, because the voices are your thoughts. And when you ask us, oh, are you your thoughts? That took me a long time to process that. Like, I always thought, yeah, it's coming from my head. It must be from me. It is a part of me. But then you use that example, and you've talked about it a lot. I think that really opened a light for me. I think we went through this a couple weeks ago. So maybe you can just share the analogy again that you shared with Emma when you asked her, are you your thoughts? And she's like, well, I don't know. I mean, we don't know. A lot of people are like, what do you mean? Like, so that really helped me. So
yeah. Cool. We'll go through that. Let's see. Yep, we'll go through that. No, that's it is a good deal. So again, the voice in your mind does not define you. You are simply the one who listens to it. What do you think?
How often do we, when we're in thought, we're kind of just like in a place of anxiety or worry, and we're just kind of picking ourselves apart in a destructive manner? Does anyone identify as a destructive person? Do you know that to be true of yourself? I mean, times that we have all walked in places where we had destructive tendencies. However, we're not people of destruction. We can say, even though we've walked in chaos, we aren't people of chaos. So, with that being said, if we know that the mind can easily, it's like pulling a string, right? And once you get an idea, it just starts going and going and going. The mind doesn't define us, because if it's focusing on a specific matter, and it's not a matter that we know ourselves to be, and we know so easily how easy the mind can just wander off, I have to say that no, the mind does not define me in that case, because I'm not someone who wants to identify with a destructive pattern, or even like a.
Here's the question. So here's the question. So you don't want to identify as a destructive pattern. Do you want to identify as a positive pattern?
100%. That's why I believe that most of the things that I do, it's because I align with being a person of positivity. Therefore, I choose to listen to things that are just going to help me expand on that. We spoke earlier.
So this is where it gets interesting, right? Because we're trying to listen to the question. Ready? The voice in your mind does not define you. You are simply the one who listens to it. So if you have a good thought or a bad thought, which one are you? Neither. There you go. You're neither. You're not the thought. We want to act to. This is what happens, is we end up getting thoughts and beliefs. We want to identify with the good ones, but we don't want to identify with the bad ones. When really you're actually neither. And so you spend a lifetime running after all those things that you're trying to find out what you are, when really if we just separate from it. So here's the practice. Here's kind of so just like that. Let me use, okay, this is obviously a cup, okay, and a marker. Are you this cup, Michael? No. How do you know you're not this cup?
At one point in time, someone told me I was.
But you as a being, who you are, you can look, you're looking at this cup and you're not this cup, right? Yeah. So that's the subject object, right? You're the subject, this is the object. This is a dry erase marker. Are you this dry erase marker? No. No? And again, how do you know that? Because you're the one looking at that, right? Right? So now, this is a thought. This is a negative thought. Okay? This is a thought. This is a positive thought. Are you this negative thought? How do you know that? Because you're looking at it. You're the subject, it's the object. Okay? This is a positive thought. Are you this positive thought? No. And how do we know that? Because you're looking at it. You're the subject, you're the object. Where it gets very difficult and confusing, you look at this, people look at this, and we start going, whatever. You could go to church and you find out this is negative. So now you got a new belief that you're holding that this is negative. So are you this thought? You say, no, I'm not that thought anymore. Okay, good job. But now you identify with this one. And instead of you being the subject, you are the object because you're identified with that. And it becomes very personal in all of that. And so you'll spend a lifetime as things change. I'm this really good positive thought. I'm doing this really good and positive godly thing. And it's amazing. And my why is so big that my how seems like it's easy. And then I spend a week, a month, a year, 2 years chasing down something that was never mine, only to find out that I had made what seemed good and godly something that I thought I was. And once I found out that that's not truly who I was, then I could come back and take care of my body. I could take care of my mind. I can take care of my own emotions. I can see and watch and choose over those things more clearly and not be so up close and personal and identified by a positive thought, which is better. I used to only think negative thoughts, and then I'm becoming the positive thought. But still, it's interesting how that positive thought still ruined my life. It had me chasing something that was busy, wasn't good for my body, wasn't good for my mind, wasn't good for my emotions overall, wasn't good for my family life, wasn't good for my finances, wasn't good for everything else. And the balance was busyness, not fullness. It was chaotic, not whole, not balanced, not well. And the problem is it's very difficult to even understand that concept right now. We've went a whole lifetime right now not even understanding that concept. And we make everything personal, especially when we think about it or we have deep beliefs about it. And we hold those beliefs to be true, right? And then it becomes very personal. What do you think? What do you got?
Man, can I speak one more time? Sorry,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
before I lose my thought, because I lose it quick. So, like, a lot of times, like, people are like what Andy said, like, just be positive, positive thoughts, blah blah blah, which is so good. Like, I mean, it's not. I'm not putting it down because that's what I try to remind myself. But we are not our thoughts. So, how do we become that? So, is the answer just be in the present moment, doing just that to be those things?
What is the answer?
So I'm gonna piggyback on that, too, is so at that so are you saying that the thought, right, good or bad, because you go into like, manifestation of your ideas and your tongue and everything, right? So you're saying that the thought, good thought, needs to align with your body, mind, emotion. You need to check that thought in to see if it aligns with what is true. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
So
into your, am I going down the wrong road?
I got an answer.
Yeah.
This is a concrete thought. I want to show all my poker cards. Jeremiah 17 says, "This is what the Lord says: Cursed is the one who trusts in man, who draws strength from your flesh, whose heart turns away from the Lord. That person will be like a bush in the wasteland. They will not see prosperity when it comes. They will dwell in the parched places of the desert, in a salt land where no one lives. But blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. They will be like a tree planted by the water that sends out its roots by the stream, does not fear when heat comes, its leaves are always green. It has no worries in a year of drought and never fails to bear fruit." And this is important. "The heart is deceitful above all things and beyond cure. Who can understand it? I, the Lord, search the heart and examine the mind." So what I got from that is that you and your heart or mind are two separate things. And we are not one and the same always. Though we house one and the same, we are not.
And that was Jeremiah what?
17.
Still, there's a long way to dissect that to what this is. Let's try to stick with the basics, okay?
Yeah.
There's a lot in there, and that's where, like, yes, those green parts, I do believe there's a part within that heart and the mind. They're one for me. They're not separate. Everybody wants to do like a duality thing: good, bad, left, right, up, down. Like, God is in all of this. So
when our spirit's connected to our mind, not just our mind, will, and emotions, because even the enemy can connect to our own voice. Like my wife often said when she was learning about the enemy, but it sounded like me. And that really not good, you know? Like when our thoughts, like he's saying, we can have a thought, and that doesn't necessarily that's you.
So let's try. So here we go. The voice in your mind does not define you. You're simply the one who listens to it. Let's just pretend that that is true. When you practice centering techniques, you gain control over an alternate environment within your inner world. There's a place where we continually have all the answers. This was the negative part. This is the other one. This is that. Well, I'm just bringing these to the table. Just consider these and slow the pinging back and forth. Just try to slow it down. Okay? We've been practicing the mind stuff forever. Okay? And so that it does seem very difficult to understand, like this new place that might be, maybe could be an answer to why you just keep chasing everything else and get stuck on that thing. Only to find out over and over that you were still practicing the mind. The mind is so tricky. So there could be breakthrough. Okay? The voice in your mind does not define you. You are simply the one who listens to it. When you practice centering techniques, you gain control over the alternate environment within your inner world. Personal growth involves going beyond the part of yourself that feels not okay and requires protection. When you become aware that you are the one hearing the voice speaking, you can start to recognize the one who observes the voice. And in that place, just keep watching. Every time there's something that's going on, you automatically, man, I got it. I got this. And then it's crazy because then something else will happen and you got the answer for that. And you got the answer for the next one. And then you'll have one answer and then you'll change to the other answer. Or you can go back and think when you truly believe something and held it to be true and right. And then the next second, there's something else that's right there. The voice just keeps going. It just keeps changing. You just keep chasing it down the rabbit hole. And then the rabbit hole chases. And then you go down the other rabbit hole. In the practice of understanding the idea that what you're doing is subject-object, and then all of a sudden we go, the practice is slowing down and separating and just watching what you're doing. It becomes very personal. Especially us as Christians, when we have every right answer that we want to put out there as, I know what is true. I know what is right. I'm going to hold you accountable for it. When really it's tough because they really don't even know how to separate from what is. They just found something else to identify with. And so they spend their life trying to force all of that on somebody else. So the practice is you're not your thoughts. You believe them very strongly right now. We believe them. You believe it to be true. You believe it to be true. Okay? Just saying it's okay, but slow down right here. You might get it. You might be the one that gets it. It's tough. We've been operating our whole life like this. And it happens over and over and over and over and over and over. And it's biblical. It's amazing. I love the Bible. The Bible is true. It's filled with amazing things. It can radically transform your life. It can radically transform others. But if you don't stop becoming this object rather than the subject watching it, you continually will get stuck over and over and over. And you will spend a lifetime being stuck, being this object that you hold as truth, being this object that you hold as truth, never truly it's just another thought. This is why, especially men, you will not set the weight down and you will say that you set it down. I'm just telling you. You're telling yourself that you're not the one. You're telling yourself you're the one that gets it. You're telling yourself you're the one that knows what is all truth, what is all right, and that you've already set the weight down. I watch it in my own life over and over and over, and I really am able to watch it in other people's lives.
I got a question.
Yep.
So, I've learned that we're comprised of spirit, mind, and soul, or spirit, body, and soul. The soul is comprised of mind, will, and emotion. Where do we usually identify with? Is that what you're talking about?
All I'm talking about
So
today is that right there. Like for real, trying to understand just that. Not trying to like go around. So like if we can help understand what that is, then we have a glimpse of what like is possible.
That to me is knowing that I'm not just my mind, will, and emotions. But I do have a body, I do have a spirit, which mind, will, and emotions is that.
So the way like I practice now, if I could try to communicate it, is I am not them and I'm watching over them.
Right.
Like I truly, it is a practice that I am watching and checking over. Instead, it becomes very apparent when somebody goes, I got it. Like it's always the next I got it. I got you. I got this. It's that next part. And then the mind, we hold that so personal. It's like that we're so engaged. That is, I can tell the difference within my own self. When I'm so engaged, I watch that and I go, oh yeah, disengage that. You definitely was not breathing and watching that within the self. So when I know the other difference inside, I couldn't separate. And so I'm watching the thoughts within inside my mind take place and not identifying with those as I have the right answer and you're wrong. It's watching through that and going, like the guy yesterday, the one that I was talking about in church. It was not the right time. I was not going to be able to even have that conversation. And his heart definitely was not wanting to listen to me. He's just not. It's very rare that we can even really reach each other's heart here. It's hard. We talk about a lot of stuff, but it's really hard to reach the heart, even here. So again, I'll ask that. The voice in your mind does not define you. You are simply the one who listens to it. Any epiphanies, any enlightenments on that today? Or even the subject object?
I wouldn't say epiphanies or anything. Definitely perplexed. I saw, reflecting back on everything as I was talking through it, I was like, what does this mean to me? Right? And as I'm, I guess, zeroing in, like my shot groups, I'm like, all right, I'm finding all of this. And like, I see a loop within myself that I'm creating, I'm doing over and over again. And what my body is telling my mind, and what my mind is telling my body, and my soul is feeling. I'm still perplexed with it all. But I believe I see where those answers are within myself, what that actually is. And, like, I'm not going to identify as a toaster, even though it might be good, produces good things, what is that? Who actually am I? That's what I wrote down. Who am I? Am I in myself? Watching and actually seeing that play out instead of just, going with the next best thing, that constant cycle of battling my mind. I don't know. I'm still like perplexed.
So here's for myself. Watching over this and understanding more and more, just even say biblical, the more that I'm able to understand those things and not hold other people accountable or tell them that I'm true, I have all the answers, I am right, because I know that, I let that be the guiding force within the forest within my own heart as it goes through there. So as I know and understand those things in the moment when something comes up, not trying to recreate a story and tell myself something, it's literally just in the immediate knowing that I'm getting ready to give the moment what the moment needs. And is my action gonna still be in line? If I'm thinking about it, is my action in line with what I believe to be true, that the Bible is true and right and just? And if I'm within those, my heart already basically also knows when I'm outside of that. But having to judge the world constantly all the time and tell them and hold them accountable, even if I'm not sharing my words outside, if I'm holding them accountable inside my own mind and I'm playing that thing, okay, I'm doing this, okay, I got to go and do this, I'm busy within, there's so much narration within your mind that's going on. No wonder we seem overwhelmed and consumed and busy and have to do everything. We don't allow God to be God. Just am functioning within my day. And if somebody else truly, really did come and said, hey, brother, look, it is in the Bible and it is something that we're in relationship with. And they said, hey, and I have mentors that do that as well. Hey, this is where you might want to fix something. Okay, cool. I'm going to bring that into my awareness and I'm going to fix that in that direction over time.
I think we'll take it back to yesterday. We're going over characters and morals and just who I am in my morals, and having that conversation with God. It's like, I'm okay with it. He's okay with me being okay with it. That's what I align myself with. That's who I am. That's, because you might not agree, but me and God agree with each other. I feel so good about myself when I, my morals are correct and I'm going down that right path.
Yep.
Like, it really feels good. I'm not burning up inside. All those other negative thoughts or all this stuff is nowhere to be found.
So if you're talking about kind of one of the moments, if this is kind of where we're sharing, if we're talking about moments like that, there was a huge moment in my life where I was good and I understood God and I are good, and I didn't have to try to keeping everybody else accountable. There was a place where I could let all that mind stuff start to go and disappear. I don't have to convince people that I love God or God is real. I know that he's real. It's the same as yesterday. I know that he's real. I don't have to convince nobody else. I know that Jesus is in my life and doing that. I don't have to hold you accountable for that. And once I can start letting that stuff go, the busyness and the accountability and everything within inside my mind, I can let that go. Then there's a place where I can let all these stories, all the stories of the suffering, all the stories of the fear, all the stories, I can let that go. And if I'm going to create a story and we're going to do something, it's going to align for me biblically, and I'm going to create a story that is absolutely amazing. But I got to start understanding of watching over the thoughts that I keep just chasing after and pinging left and right and up and down and good and bad and evil and everybody else, and holding everybody else accountable, because it becomes very overwhelming. And if you start identifying with anger or fear or anxiety or depression or any of those, it's overwhelming. So then we get rid of those, and I'm not identifying with that. Okay, cool. But we start trading it out for this truth and this Bible verse that I'm going to hold somebody else accountable for. And then my life looks better than theirs, and I've got all the right answers, so I'm going to tell them what the right answers are. And then if they don't listen, then they're wrong. And all of that is still just as overwhelming. And then I start in pridefully saying, well, at least I'm better than that guy.
So that
right?
When you held up the cup and the marker, you can understand it from, like, we are looking at you as another person holding up a cup and a marker. It's even more harder to understand that, because we're judging something through our eyes and our mind, and we see something over there. I'm not that object. I'm not that object. It's even a deeper level of where we're not looking through our eyes at something else external always. Sometimes it's right in here. And it actually is a lot of peace knowing that, because we also judge the good and the bad. Well, we'll hold on to the good, but we'll let go of the bad. Well, I also lived in adultery for a long time. I gave up adultery towards other women, but my wife asked me to still look up what the meaning of adultery was. And I go, why? I'm not living in adultery. She goes, look up the meaning of adultery. Because I was still giving to others what belonged to somebody else. It's robbing. So I just changed my subject. I didn't change my behavior. And then in the mind, sometimes we'll judge. We're sitting there just judging. Okay, I got a cup and a marker in my own head, not in somebody else's hands. Okay, well, the marker's good and the cup's bad. Well, I'm going to hold on to the marker, and I'm going to do all that. Well, we're still identifying and connecting and coming up with a story. Peace comes when we walk away from both the good and the bad and say, that's not me, and there's a peace regardless of the subjects at hand.
And walk in your life in that.
Yeah.
That truly is freedom that Christ, I believe, is absolutely talking about. That at the depth, at the core of that practice, having the opportunity to let those things go, your day won't be overwhelmed. And there we don't have to be depressed or anxious or fearful. And then even on the other side, you can stay, hopefully not in pride, but it's a practice over and over and over of humility and just the repentance. And living in that humility and repentance over and over of just watching my day unfold, giving to the moment what the moment needs, functioning with my brain in the capacity that I have to, not making up a story that I'm okay with. I'm okay with reality as it unfolds. That's where truth, I want that to be. And so as we get stepping into goals and intentions and declaration statements, like those are all going to be things that you're going to be shooting for. And holding those is like, okay, I'm watching this, I'm going in that direction. And then you're going to start listening to the thoughts and the stories. Well, this was a goal. Am I trying to reach that goal? Is this thought helping me reach that goal? Well, let me get rid of that thought. Oh, I can't now. I can't. Oh, now I'm at least watching and noticing that I can't get rid of that thought. I want to eat that pastry. I want to eat the gummy bears that are in the back closet. I want to eat those things. Like, okay, watch that. Is it helping me reach my goal? I made a choice. I'm separate from those things, and you will begin a life where for the first time you really might be watching and choosing. That watching and choosing, even with a snack, and letting that go is the beginning to freedom. Letting go of, it could be porn, it could be anything, it could be anger, it could be any of those. But watching for the first time, I see the thoughts of negativity or all those things, and having the opportunity to go, okay, I'm not going to identify with that. And having the choice to choose and leave those things behind. And not just because we're identifying now with good things. Okay, awesome. Life can get better. But when you can truly separate from those choices, those interactions, those thoughts, not being engaged, having to personally say, oh, I'm a good person. This is what good people do. If I do this, then I'll look like I'm good. That's how fast all that stuff happens. You may not be, you're probably not aware that that's really, truly what's going on. Oh man, maybe somebody will drive by. Maybe they'll see me opening the door for somebody. Maybe because of that, I'll end up in the newspaper and get $1 million. I don't know. It happens that fast.
Shaking hands, kissing babies.
Dude, a lifetime of that.
That reminds me, like, imagine a horse who was born into pulling carts, and he has a bridle in his mouth since he was young, and he always gets pulled left and right. Do you think the horse knows that he's a horse and he's not just, there's also a rider on him and there's something in his mouth? Is it possible that the horse still thinks he's a horse and he has a rider on the back and there's a bridle in his mouth? Still a horse.
That's pretty, it's pretty good. Oh my word, we're ready.
Yeah.
Hey, nobody said nothing.
So I gotta go.
Yeah. Craig.
I have a question though.
Craig's gonna pray us out and then we'll keep going.
Go.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord, for this day and all our many blessings and allowing us to gather here safely, Lord, and keep our eyes and focus centered on you. May you watch over us and help us carry your light out to the world, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Cool. Hey, let's incorporate something else. If it's time for you to go, you get to volunteer yourself to pray us out right then. Then you pray us out, and then everybody else continues. Cool? Cool.
Okay,
'Cause
cool.
I apologize, Craig. That
I got it. I gotta go too.
Home
but
Depot. What are you talking about? Home Depot is ramping up right now. This is
Getting
their
ready for
money
sales.
maker.
They started shifts early.